Hello and welcome to GM-BIST construction. I remain Benedict, your instructor. Today we are going to learn how to export our DXF file to our PROTASTRUCTURE. We'll not be doing our general arrangement in AutoCAD. We'll be doing our general arrangement in PROTASTRUCTURE. We'll be doing the modeling and we'll be doing the analysis. So most persons are familiar and not too used to exporting their DXF file to PROTASTRUCTURE and making decision of your columns, where your columns should be. Most people actually do this in your AutoCAD. Now, there are so many ways of actually carrying out your designs. And all of them are perfect. Whichever way you are fast and whichever way you are used to, you'll be able to carry out your design. And at the end of the day, you make sure you observe the objectives of designs. So now what I'm going to do today is I'll teach you how to export this your AutoCAD drawings to PROTASTRUCTURE to carry. Then from there you'll be able to insert your grid lines, your columns and everything. So now after I've opened my AutoCAD, this is what we have. This is the ground floor, this is the second floor. So I will just highlight these two. Highlight there. Click W. So what am I going to do next? I will select where to save it. So actually create a folder. Okay, let me save it in this folder. Okay, highlight again. W. Choose the folder where to save it. So let me say class 1. I'll make sure it's DXF. And my unit, I'll make sure it's millimeters. Click on millimeters. Okay. You can see it's saving there. So I'll now load my AutoCAD, my PROTASTRUCTURE. So this is my PROTASTRUCTURE 2021. So I'll go to new project. I'll type class 1 tutorial. I'll choose my BS code, click OK. So I'll allow it to load. So the next thing I do, I will go to under my building setup. I will go to external reference drawing. That external reference drawing, I will go to add. And I choose it, class 1. So I'll now click active. So once I click it, you see it appearing here. So let me drag my ground floor to come here. Then this is okay. So the next thing I do, I'll go to modeling, go to grid line. So this is A. But now I will just use the architectural grid lines. If there's need to create new ones, I will do that. Okay, this is now centralized. I'll go back again. I'll do the same thing here. Grid 4. This is grid 5. Grid 6, 7, 8. So 7 is not centralized. I'll go back to it. Then so let me go back to 7 and click on its properties, then delete and continue. Okay. So all of this you can do in your AutoCAD, but I want to teach you how to do it in PROTASTRUCTURE. So click on this, E. This is F. Okay, so we are done. So I can offset this and offset this. Keep it here. So I'm done with my grid line. So the next thing I will do now is to insert my columns. You can actually measure the thickness of your wall here. So let me measure it here. 225. So I'll come edit my column 225. Right, 225. I'll come. This is what we call general arrangement. Your modeling. You can do this general arrangement in your AutoCAD. As for me, I want to do everything in PROTASTRUCTURE because it's possible to do it this way. Have something like this. You can choose your way of arranging your column. For this class, this I want to arrange my column. Arrange my columns this way. Another person can choose to insert the columns, another column here, leaving this one. I just want to put it this way. It all depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, so we are done with inserting of our columns. So the next thing we'll do, we'll create our beam, structural beam. So this is the width of our beam will be 225 and the depth will be 450. So we'll to start this way. To come and stop here. Take this one to stop here. Take this to stop here. Take this to stop here. Take this to stop here. And this one this way. Now I'm done with the y-axis. I'll go to the x-axis. Okay, I need a column here. Well, this is a semi-detached, so I want to have a situation whereby I'll be able to detail one side, and whatever is at the right or left is the same thing. Whatever is at the right is the same thing as whatever is at the left. So I'll be careful with the way I arrange my columns and my structural members so that I don't spend much time detailing. So I can now take it this way now. Take it here. 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 So I can extend this beam to this place. You also extend this one to this place, depending on what you want to achieve and depending on your design. So this is our ground floor. So we'll have our first floor here. So for you to ensure that your columns here at your ground floor will not you not have a problem at your first floor, this is what you will do. And as you go about your building set out, you come to move. Every building always have a common place. So we have our staircase here. So let's try picking from our staircase here. At this staircase now. Okay, so our ground floor have given way for our first floor. So you can see that we have our cantilever here. So this is what we are going to do. We'll now offset this grid line. Offset it. Let me keep it here. So we can now offset this again. So half of 225, your control F2, half of 225 is 112.5. So we have gotten the center of that. Now delete this. So this will be our A prime. A prime. So offset this too. Okay, let's offset here too. Yeah. Offset. Control F2. 112.5. Give it the center. You grid at the center. Then you delete the first one. The first one was actually a guide. So the next thing you do is to name your grid. This will be 1 prime or 1A, whichever way you want to name it. You offset these two. Control F2. Okay, we are now setting this one this side. So you escape. Come to this one. Control F2 112.5. Delete this. This can either be 10 prime or 11. So let us leave this at 11. So we continue. Let's extend our beam to have our cantilever beam. Okay. I don't want it to be open. Yes. So these are our primary beams and these are our secondary beams. So whatever is this side is the same thing with whatever is this side. So you can see where this place went, and that is why we're taking this way. And nobody should just see that we are doing the wrong thing or mistake. So we can offset these two. Offset. Control F2. This time around will be minus 112.5. So delete this. So we have this will be A prime prime or A1, whichever way. Okay, so this is what we have. This is what we have. We have our cantilever here. We have our cantilever at the other side and behind here. So I don't want to use my beam here. I just want to have a cantilever slab. So let me just briefly teach you how to model your slab. So we go down. The last one is cantilever slab. So here our depth will be 150. Depth of our cantilever. Loading. This is a room. The impulse low for domestic use. Our cantilever length is 1200. Our load is 3.5 on our calculation. So we'll now click here to here, we'll specify our side. So we have our cantilever with the load here. So the load at the edge, cantilever with our load. So we're done with that. We can still go back to slab. We start our slab here. So we'll now change to say the depth of our slab is still 150. The room. Okay. Impulse load, see domestic use. So I can now insert my slab. Okay, here's a staircase. If you insert your slab at the staircase, you don't need to drop your slab strip. You're just trying to load the beam around this area. Some person may decide to remove the slab, and sometimes you may decide to leave it all the same. So I can decide to remove my slab here. I can decide to leave it, whichever way you want to do it. So the next thing I do now, let me try to edit my members. So I will now go to analysis, go to building analysis, pre-analysis, go to project parameter, go to, so I'm going to use 150. Title, you can type your title, design, made by, check by, project number, date, all of that you can fill, so that when you want to generate your calculation sheets or design reports, all the information may appear on it. So your concrete columns, select all. We have 16 and we have 20. Okay, the next one is beam, select, this is 16 and 20. The next one is slab is y12, and decide to try y10 depending on your design. Your links y10. Foundation, this 16, 20. Links will be constant. Okay, so okay, so you can also do your brief settings here. So go to slab. I'll just teach you a few here. You can watch some of my videos. Show rebar spacing, the maximum spacing for your slab should be 200. And do your beam, your changes, so that there's a detailing you want. You can still do the same thing to your foundation, or when we get your foundation, we do. Now the next thing, we insert our stories. So we're designed for one suspended floor, so we have 2. Yeah, okay. So right click, edit story, so it's 3.6. So you can actually say this your ground level, you can say the first floor, assume roof as normal, 1.4. So you go back to your ground here, say generate story. You're generating everything. We will not generate our slab, we'll just leave it this way. So now it will take us to our first floor, which whatever we have here will be our roof B. So let me show you how to now measure floors briefly. As you say, class 1. Check it. So when I still pick it here, okay. So what I will do now, for me to see my first floor proper, I'll go to display, then I'll hide my beams. So you can see columns that will come from your ground floor are coming to your first floor. See where they are. So you don't need displays. These columns, you remove them. This one at the door, you don't need it. You don't need this. You don't need this. So this one is cool. So I told you that here and this side is the same, so you leave this one here. This one is at the window, so you remove it. And here we have a balcony. We don't need it here. Don't need it here. Don't need it here. So I will now bring it back. So here, from here, you'll be able to insert your new columns. Okay, let me just show you briefly, because we're going to continue with this video. Let me go to 3D. So I will type vertically. So now if I want to insert my column now, let me, for instance, decide to, okay, let me say freeze my beam. That will be seen. If I now decide to insert my column here, I will be able to see it here. It's going to rest on the beam because there's a beam here. So let me and you'll see the bin here. So what it's advisable that if you're using this my method, you always use your 3D so that you know where to insert your columns, and you'll see your columns. You see where columns are sitting on this, resting on the slab. You know how to treat them, all of that. If once you insert your new column, you should be able to see where you are inserting it. So this one is here. So in our next video, I will be showing you the 3D, and we'll be progressing from where we stopped today. Do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and share. Thank you. I remain Benedict from GM-BIST Construction. Stay tuned as we continue with this our tutorial class. This is just part 1 of it. Thank you and remain blessed.